Hi, and welcome to another episode of Three Guys with Mike. I'm joined by my two co-hosts,
Jeremiah,
Aaron,
and we're going to discuss this week's division matchups. We have really good, intriguing matchups this week.
Mm-hmm.
We have teams that are coming in hot. We have teams that are might be sluggish and coming off a 3-week slump. So we don't know. We don't know how the games are going to go. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the divisional games. We'll start off with round 3, the Bucks and Saints. Let Willie start off on this one.
Bucks and Saints, right? This is what the NFL, this is what all the fans envisioned. Back in March when Tom Brady, or whenever it was, when Tom Brady signed with the Buccaneers, we're like, we're going to see Drew Brees.
Back on the Patriots.
Yeah, we're going to see Drew Brees and Tom Brady 3 times a year. You know, or expecting to see them 3 times a year, you know? When it comes down to it, I'm comparing the two teams. Quarterback, I got to go with Brady. Brady's playing hotter. He has more weapons. But when it comes to the run game, the Saints, Alvin Kamara, no one can stop him. We saw him score 6 touchdowns in a game on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
When it comes to the offensive line, again, the Saints. When it goes to defensive line, the Saints. They could get pressure with just their 4. What's his name? Hendrickson. Yeah, he wasn't playing, and he I think he could come back this week. So, again, you see Tom Brady, who has trouble with D-lines that can give him pressure. When they hit him, he gets out of his game. Yeah. Also, when it comes to coaching, I have Sean Payton over Bruce Arians. I just like Sean Payton more. He's the experienced one. Even though Bruce Arians has experience, I see Bruce Arians as more of like a loose cannon when it comes to it. So I'm matching up these teams. The Bucs did a great job against Chase Young and the Washington football team. And they're going to have to do it again. This is going to be a real test. And again, I have in my notes, Lattimore versus Evans. It's going to be another one of those. I mean, every time we see him, Lattimore takes Evans out of the games. Saints secondary also has Janoris Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins, who could also take away AB.
P.J. Williams.
They could do a really good job against them. So I think it's an even matchup, but I'm going with the Saints in this game. I have the Saints 31-27. I know it's hard to beat a team. I know it's hard to beat his team 3 times. But again, like how Maya said, it's Drew Brees' last run. He knows.
You think they pull it off again?
I think they pull it off again.
Yeah. I'll go here. Yeah. So, I have the Saints this game as well, Will. For me, I think, I'll give Tom Brady the benefit of the doubt. He did throw for 380 yards. He did throw over 40 times. You know what I mean? His arm is not shot. Drew Brees' big thing is that his arm is kind of dying off. It's kind of lacking. Yeah. You see some of his throws, he has to step into them. You know what I mean? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to stretch the field. They have the weapons to do it. You know what I mean? However, I think I understand Tom Brady doesn't play defense. You know what I mean? And Tom Brady can only do Tom Brady can only be great when he has the ball. Yeah. You know what I mean? The rest of the game, all you can do is sit and watch. And for me, this defense is going to get torched. You know what I mean? It's going to get torched. I'm throwing this out there. If Drew Brees throws for 400 yards, I wouldn't see past it. Yeah. I wouldn't say that's ridiculous because I don't know who's keeping up with Michael Thomas. I don't know who's covering Alvin Kamara out the backfield. I don't know if they have a 1, 2, and a 3 to cover Antonio, Chris Godwin, and Mike Evans. You know what I mean? Are you gonna have a safety cover a slot? No, you're not. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a nickel package. You know what I mean?
Let's not forget that they also have Taysom Hill, who could come in and on the goal line. When you get to the goal line, it's hard to stop Taysom Hill.
Exactly.
So you can have him do whatever.
And so for me, I'm rocking with the Saints here. I'm going 35-28.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
What you going?
This is gonna be surprising, but I will give the Buccaneers the edge here.
I mean, not really surprising. But
yeah.
Simply because I honestly don't know how healthy Drew Brees really is. Because to me, he still looks sluggish. You know what I mean? And this time, Bruce Arians and Tom Brady, I wouldn't bet against Tom Brady in this game. I don't think he ever would lose to someone 3 times in a row, unless it's probably Pat Mahomes. So I'm gonna take the Bucs in this game, 38-34. And I think the X factor for them has to be Fournette and Ronald Jones. Because I didn't really see a lot of Ronald Jones in that Washington football game. So, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be the game of the weekend. I think it'll be really close. And to see how AB and them fit in the offense against the Saints this time. Next game, Rams-Packers. Lambeau Field, the showdown. Ramsey versus Adams.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
Alrighty.
Go ahead, Maya.
Game of the year. This has to be the game of the year, if not game of the week. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I'll give you the game of the week. I don't know about the year, though.
I think, this game, at home, so this is talking about the Packers here. At home, 2 weeks rest, plenty of game planning. You know who you're playing, right? Have a whole week to game plan for that, right? You have the MVP at quarterback, right? Aaron Rodgers, let me read off the stats. Over 4,000 passing yards, over 40 touchdown passes to 5 interceptions. Lamar, you know how insane that ratio is? 3-1 is good.
Yeah.
He's blowing that out of the water.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing this year for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give my Super Bowl pick, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a phenomenal talent. You know, the Rams are the Packers offense, right? One of them has to give this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This Packers offense is not going to budge. They haven't budged all year. You know what I mean? I'll give you the Buccaneers.
Oh, the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'll give the Buccaneers.
That was early on.
Yeah,
earlier.
I'm rolling with this Packers team all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as the Rams, I think the Rams, you know, do have phenomenal defense. You know what I mean? I think it is going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. But for me, I'm not gonna root against the MVP of the league.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna root against the most proficient passer we've seen in the last 50 years. I'm not gonna go against that. And so for me, I'm going 35-21. I'm saying it's gonna be close until about the fourth quarter.
So the garbage points.
You know, the X factor comes on, and then Aaron Rodgers extends the lead.
Oh my God, it's stupid. All right, I'll give my points on that. Willie, go.
Okay.
I think this game obviously would be a lot better if Goff was fully healthy. But, you know, we can't forget. Willie reminded me, like, I believe it was a week ago, David Bakhtiari tore his ACL. Or his Achilles, I can't remember.
The ACL, yeah.
And this Rams defense was getting home on 4-man rushing.
Yeah.
So I think if they get that same type of pressure on Aaron Rodgers and they shut down Aaron Jones and let Ramsey go to work on Adams and throw everything at him, I can see the Rams, with all that being said, I could see them winning by 3. But I'm going to be realistic, and I think Aaron Rodgers doesn't, in this type of an environment, I don't think he chokes. And I think the Packers win, I'll say 31-28.
31-28?
On a game-winning field goal.
Okay, well, like how you said, David Bakhtiari tore his ACL, who's been, you know, his pretty much Aaron Rodgers' bodyguard, you know?
Yeah.
So that's going to be hard, especially with the Rams defense looking good. And this Rams team is a very physical team, offensive side and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
and one thing about the Packers, in recent years, they haven't been good against physical teams. I don't know what it is about them. They just somehow fold against physical teams. I think Alan Lazard, Valdez Scantling, and Robert Tonyan all have to ball out because you're going to have Jalen Ramsey, who's the best corner in the NFL, I think, and Devontae Adams, who's the best receiver in the NFL. I think you're going to have to rely on the other guys because I don't think Ramsey's going to take away Devontae Adams, but he's going to slow him down. I don't think he's going to have those 2 touchdowns for like 150 yards. He's probably going to get like 50 and like a touchdown like the end zone. I don't think he's going to have that big game.
How many catches did you give him, realistically?
I give him like 6. He's going to like run like a lot of the short stuff. I don't think he's beating Ramsey deep. And I don't think the Packers can forget about Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon had 124 yards and 2 touchdowns versus Tennessee in a snowy game. And you see that Tennessee isn't acclimated to that weather. You think a team from California, when they get there on that turf, on that field, in the Green Bay weather, I feel like I don't think it's gonna make the biggest impact, but I think eventually they're gonna be like, shit, it is really cold out here. The Packers are known for this. This is what they're known for.
Goff's thumb. So.
Hey,
Goff's thumb is gonna start to hurt.
To pitch in here, Will, I had in my notes, forgot to read this shit. It's a cross country trip. They're going from Seattle all the way to Wisconsin. You know what I mean? That's a long ass trip. It is freezing up there. They are banged up. It is a short week. Yeah, I agree with you right there, Will.
And also, as far as the Rams side, they can't forget about Cam Akers. He got you here. He got you that playoff win. I think Goff is going to be healthier, but you're going to have to do the same thing. Hit him with the play action, and you're going to have Akers going. So, yeah, I have the Packers 24-21. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be really tough on the Packers.
Yeah, because that Packers run defense is abysmal. So if you keep Goff to throw, like we always say, it just depends on how Goff plays. And if they make him throw this game in that cold weather, that'll be it. The Packers will win it easy. All right, next game. Next game, Bills-Ravens. I'll start off with this one.
Okay.
I think Josh Allen's determined. I think in the future I see him and Mahomes in the AFC Championship. But I do believe the Ravens can ruin that because, like we said, they have the corners to match up against this team. Because think about it, Cole Beasley's 5'9", 5'10". Yeah. Gabriel Davis is 5'10". Marlon Humphrey's 6'1". Marcus Peters is 6 feet. And then they have Jimmy Smith, who's 6'2".
Yeah, and they're big physical corners.
Exactly. And then they have those hard-hitting safeties. But, if the Ravens stop their run game, I think that'll...
What run game?
What run game, But if they contain Josh Allen, have the QB spies, Josh Allen has to put his head down and tell Sean McDermott, let me be the run game.
Yeah,
and just have all these quarterback design plays for him, and that'll open up the play action. And you guys know I like giving X factors. The X factors in this game has to be the tight ends, in my opinion, and Stephon Diggs again. Stephon Diggs has to show us why he's an all-pro wide receiver.
Yep.
And he has to push around Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters and whoever they throw at him. But I think the Bills take this game 28-24.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
All right. Who's going next?
I'm going to go next.
Okay.
Lemon, I have the Bills winning this game 28-24. That's crazy. Yeah.
You looked at my notes.
For me, what notes? For me, the Bills, they have last game 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, right? That's it's hard to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
With no defensive production, right? However, Ravens O-line isn't as solid as a Colts O-line, because the Colts O-line, let's not forget, there's a gigantic corn-fed white boy named Quinn Nelson who mows people over, right?
Yeah.
You don't have that guy, right? Marshall Yanda retired, right? He lost 80 damn. Yeah, he's gone, right? Josh Allen 324 yards last game, 2 touchdowns, 54 rushing yards, right? He's solid, right? He's hot. The team's hot. Everything they want to do in their game plan is working, right? For me, I said the Ravens defense. You guys are giving them more credit than what they deserve. I do not think they're that good. When you look at who they played Daniel Jones. He threw for over 250 yards versus them. Gardner Minshew threw for over 225 yards versus them, right? I'm naming Gardner Minshew and Daniel Jones, and they're covering up for 225 plus. But then Josh Allen, who's an MVP candidate, what do you think he's gonna do to this team with his weapons, with his game planning, right? I said for me, yes, I understand the Ravens have amazing corners, but Sean McDermott's not an idiot. He understands he's gonna use screen games. He's gonna motion his guys. And so for me, I think it's gonna be a really close game. I think Lamar, he's gonna have to play big, right? But he's gonna get edged out by a team that wants it bad.
Determined.
Yes, Lemon. And I'm going 28-24.
Okay. Let me start off here. Both teams are hot into the playoffs. Again, yes. I predicted that the Ravens were going to get into the playoffs. I didn't see them losing a game. They blew everyone that they saw out. The Bills are also hot. They're amped up. This is the first time winning a playoff game in 25 years. But I don't know, man. The Bills last week, I feel like they escaped with that one. If the Colts have a better game plan, and if Frank Reich doesn't if he gets out of his own head, I feel like the Colts could have won that game. Yeah. When it comes to the Bills' running game, I'm not convinced. When it comes to the playoffs, you need a running game and you need a defense. They're lackluster on both sides. Zach Moss is out for the playoffs. Devin Singletary does not look good. Josh Allen is out rushing both of those running backs. He outrushed them both combined. He had 54 yards?
54 yards.
Yeah, he had 54 yards. So, I don't know, man. I feel like the Bills' offense is one-dimensional in this game. I feel like they're one-dimensional, and I am sold on the Ravens' defense. If they could play the way they played last week, with taking the disrespect personally, they should know that they're underdogs in this game. And again, the weather won't play a factor because Baltimore is used to that weather as well. It may be not as cold as that, but they're used to that weather. And this defense, I don't see them stopping Lamar. I really don't. But I feel like for the Ravens to win this game, Lamar needs to because what is his stats? 49 touchdowns to 0 interceptions or something like that in the red zone. So Lamar is going to have to be efficient. He's going to have to keep those numbers up in the red zone. And I see them winning the game 27-24 out of the Ravens.
Okay. So, Ravens winning the game?
Yeah, Ravens 27-24.
Wow.
Yeah, out of the upset.
I will agree with you. I am sold on the Ravens defense because you guys heard Maya saying, like, all those numbers those quarterbacks put up. That's only because they're throwing like 30 plus, 40 plus times because that Ravens
it was a blowout.
Run defense. Yeah. And the blowout is just.
Yeah, because the game with Gardner Minshew. Wait, who was it against? Named Gardner Minshew?
And Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Yeah, those games were blowouts. So it was the big Ben effect. Yeah, it was a blowout.
It was a 6-point game to the Giants. 6-point game.
To the Giants?
So those were in garbage points.
6-point game.
They barely
for most of the game.
They barely edged them out.
For most of the
game, it was a blowout.
Yes. I mean, maybe if you guys actually can afford NFL Red Zone, you'd be able to see all the games.
We actually have.
We do have Red Zone.
It was
Anyways, let's move on to this last game.
The last game, honestly, possibly my favorite game of the weekend.
Yeah, it's the intriguing matchup.
Yes, the Browns and Chiefs. And I'll have Willie start off with this one.
Okay.
See what he has to say about his boy, Pat Mahomes.
Well, yeah, Browns came off a historic win. Everybody's hyped up. Everybody's amped up about this game. But as I said a month ago, when Maya wanted to go up there and say he sold on the Browns. Again, yeah, I think the Browns are a good team. But that Tennessee game scared me. When they were up 38-10 at halftime, and the final score was 41-35. Maya talk about the Giants game. I'm gonna talk about this game. They blew a lead. It very well could have gone the wrong way if there wasn't a fumble at the end of that game.
Maya's contradicting himself.
Wait, they blew a lead, but they still won the game.
No.
They still have a lead.
Okay, they had the lead. Okay, they had the lead, but they still.
You know what he meant.
But they easily could have lost that game.
Tell me what he meant.
Okay, this game, Cleveland was up 35-10 at halftime.
Yeah.
They were up 35-10 at halftime, and the final score was 48-37. They don't look like a good second half team. They look like they checked themselves out. And keep in mind, who are they playing? The team who's notorious for coming back from big leads,
saw last year.
from big deficits. We see that when it comes to the Chiefs, though, they haven't played in 3 weeks. They rested their starters week 17, have a bye week, and then they're gonna have another week. I think they get off to a slow start.
Yeah.
But it isn't gonna be. They're not gonna make they're gonna not execute, but they're not gonna make mistakes like snapping the ball into the end zone and throwing interceptions.
I don't see that happening.
And again, Andy Reid, who's significantly, I think, is the better coach. Andy Reid is 18-3 after regular season bye weeks and 5-2 after playoff bye weeks. I'm not gonna bet against that, especially with them at home, especially with the Kansas City offense, who's no one seems to slow them down. Again, Kansas City seemed to, kind of like sneak by in December. They won a few of those games, but I don't see anyone who is exactly going to compete with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I don't see it. I really don't see it. And I think Andy Reid's going to have a great game plan. He knows, and Mahomes is going to, I think he's the second best quarterback in the NFL as of right now. I don't see the Browns. I see the Browns competing with them, but I don't see them pulling this off. I just can't. I know Maya's a big Browns guy. He likes the underdog, but I just can't see it. I have 35-28 Chiefs.
Okay, I agree with you. Well, for me, I said this is gonna be a high scoring affair. You know what I mean? For me, I said I won't oversee a 40 bomb here. Going back to that defense, Mitchell Schwartz, right? One of their tackles, 31 years old. Eric Fisher, 30 years old, right? Myles Garrett, 24 years old, right? Defensive Player of the Year, right? Phenomenal athlete, 6'6", 255 pounds. If you see him with the shirt off,
lean.
Yeah, if you see him with the shirt off, I wouldn't go around him with my girl, right? Just to go see him.
Keep your helmets away.
Just hand him over. Keep your helmets
exactly. Like, he's the Kelly Oubre of the NFL. So the Chiefs versus Miami in one of their toughest games they played, other than the Raiders. 3 picks, 3 sacks, 4 turnovers. Right. This Browns defense is better than Miami. That scares me.
Browns defense is better than Miami's?
This Browns defense is better than Miami.
But Miami was here to stay.
The Browns have the potential defensive player of the year on their team.
Now going for the Chiefs, they're at home. I said potential. At home, 2 weeks rest, 3 weeks with this week 17, right? That wasn't all of them, obviously. Hottest offense in the league, right? I have them winning this game. They're going to score a lot of points. However, I think the Browns are going to back a lot of players. Denzel Ward's actually coming back.
Yeah,
he's
going
to play last game?
No, he didn't play
last game. He's going to actually play back. I think Tyreek's getting covered all day, and you're crossing your damn fingers that somebody could cover Kelce. And that's the game plan.
I don't think Denzel Ward could compete with Tyreek Hill.
That's what I said. A double team.
Okay, because I was gonna say the only people who could actually take away Tyreek Hill is Bill Belichick.
Exactly.
That's the only person who takes him away. No one else could take him away.
Doubled him. Yeah. And so I'm gonna keep it short and simple.
I don't think it's because he doubled him. They just have it.
If you actually watch the AFC Championship.
Because every team goes in against the Chiefs. So we're not gonna double Tyreek Hill, right?
He actually did double. Why don't you ask the Raiders that? Don't just.
They're still doing a victory lap.
Anyways, let me go. What do you finish this out here?
For this game, I think what the Browns have to do for Mahomes, or to Mahomes, you have Myles Garrett, Ogunjobi coming off that line. I say you have to double the pressure. Make him get the ball out fast, and yes, I know he's a playmaker. But I feel like that's the only way the Browns have a chance in this game to win. But I think he plays well. I think he turns the ball over maybe once or twice. Yeah. I'll give him that. But they have to rely on Chubbs and Hunt again. But once the Chiefs take that away, if they ever do, because this O-line for the Browns is just, they're too good. They're
also getting hurt. They got hurt.
They are getting hurt, but they're like the Saints O-line.
Yeah.
They're not going to give up like 5 sacks, negative rushing yards. So I think I have the Chiefs winning this game 41-35.
Ooh, okay. Higher scoring affair. Yeah, I think we all have it as a higher scoring game.
Yeah, because both these defense, the passing game is a struggle.
Yeah.
But both of these teams can get after the quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's all on the passing game. And keep in mind, Odell isn't playing either.
Yeah.
Obviously, towards ACL. So we'll see. Should be fun. Should be a fun weekend.
It should be a fun weekend.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching the episode of 3 Guys, 1 Mic. We do appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the views, all the likes, all the comments, all the subscribers. Social media down in the bio below. Continue to support us, guys. And we're excited to see where this year takes us.
Yeah.
And we'll have more polls, too, on the Divisional.
Yeah, a lot more. Yeah.
See what you guys have to say about this one.
Right,
You want to shout out Nathan Faye real quick?
No. I'll already let him hear it.
All right, guys. Thank you.